Welcome to the preview. Last one before the last international break of the calendar year. And thank the Lord that last international break will soon be out of the way. How are we? How do? All that kind of thing. As I've just seen Jeff put in chat. Yeah, hope you're all right. We'll give it a little bit. We'll brew over some things. Not much has happened this week. Quite the contrast to last time. And then we shall get cracking. Simple as that. Shocks, how you doing? Well, Jensen, you'll find he was the first comment. So, unlucky then, mate. Angus, how you doing, mate? Jacob, how are you? Up, Glenn. Sun's out. Sun's not out, but yeah, the guns kind of are. Hi, Gallagher. I love slagging off Suet. Right. We're going down a rabbit hole. For those of you who are not engaged in politics or are trying to engage yourselves in politics a little bit more, Suella Braverman is our Home Secretary. And to quote comedy character Jonathan Pye, she's just a bit bleep gross. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Because I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. And I'm going to stop myself before we get too deep and I end my career or something like that. But I think she is one of the most dangerous frontline politicians that there will ever be in my life. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Evil cow, right. Yep, Ashley, I'm stopping myself before we go any deeper. Leo, how we doing? Up the Tigers. If you know, you know. Brackets and Malik, lovely. Leo, ready for the scrap tonight? Oh, we're here already. I've got an 87 rated Xavier Simons on the AFC. Is that in career mode? Or is it the like evolution stuff you can do on Ultimate Team? Because if it's career mode, that's effort. And that's long. So fair play. Yeah, Jeff, agree. Hopefully no idiots during the silence. Tomorrow, ideally, they should, so it's respected properly on the turnstiles, remind people that there's a minute silence going on, stop concourse staff serving while it's going on so there's no noise, that kind of thing. I doubt there'll be any idiots, but yeah. We'll see. Eves, not quite sure where that's come from, Jeff, but we all love a little bit of Tom Eves. Leo is always ready for Jensen's scrap. Bring your Jaffa cakes. Bring your popcorn, sit down and watch it. Get ready. Best believe it's evolutions. I got Simons to a 92 in my Grimsby career mode last year as a centre back. Wow, that's commitment. I think I got Oscar on FIFA 23 to like 92 rated or something crazy. Aliyah 92. Greaves, he made it up to like 84. Who else was there from start to the end of that career mode? I think that's about it. Jensen's at Lidl waiting for you, Leo. Jeff's grandfather was at the Somme. Well, he was part of a remarkable sacrifice over the duration of that battle. It was bloody, but we won the war. We won the war. Part of a remarkable battle. Your grandfather is a legend, Jeff. Eternal legend. The Palestine protesting. Right. Going down another rabbit hole. Okay. What happened on October the 7th to Israel was unprecedented and was no doubt absolutely disgusting on the side of Hamas. There's no dispute in that. Absolutely no dispute in that. But in my opinion, the only way that this stops being a forever war, it's gonna have to be a ceasefire at some point. Both sides, be it the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, be it Hamas, who were elected in Gaza in 2006, which was the last election in that particular part of Palestine, and Israel. At the moment, because Israel's government is on a certain hard line against Palestine ideologically, it's not going to happen, and it won't happen. Humanitarian pauses are very vague for me. They are incredibly vague, because that could be, 10 minutes? In some cases, it could be days in another. And I'm not going to be here and accuse anybody of war crimes and stuff, but there is credible evidence people have found of breaches of the Geneva Convention on the Israeli side. I'm not going to comment any more on that. But for me, the only possible way that this conflict ends, whilst allowing the Palestinian people in both the West Bank and Gaza to be free, properly free, is a negotiated ceasefire. That's my view. It's going to have to happen at some point. This war cannot go on forever, and it should not go on forever. Most wars end at the negotiating table. This has been going on ever since the State of Israel was created in the aftermath of the Second World War to give the Jewish people a homeland. And I want to say that it is possible to be critical of Israel. Of course, Israel has the right to defend itself. It is possible to critique Israel without being anti-Semitic. That is what a lot of people seem to get misconstrued. The only way that this conflict ends and stops bloodshed, further bloodshed in Gaza, new settlements being built day after day after day in the West Bank, and stops any further killing of innocent Israeli civilians by Hamas, such as they did on October the 7th and have said they would be willing to do again, is a ceasefire. That's my view. Okay. Rabbit hole number 2, Don down. Oh God. I've just seen chat. Oi, Leo, yes, boss. Oi, Glenn, shut up, Faze, go to bed. Leo, you're watching my Matchday vlog. Not a chance. Oh my God. Right. Greaves is rubbish in career mode. I despise the protesting. Someone said free Palestine during the 2-minute silence at York College today for remembrance. I disagree with Suella Braverman on a lot of things, and I disagree with her saying that these marches are hate marches. They're calling for a ceasefire. You might not agree with them, but it's not as if they're inciting hate. And well, that's my view. And my opinion is surely on Armistice Day, the war veterans who are no longer with us would want peace in these situations. That's just my view. But of course, Israel has the right to defend itself. And I want to make that very, very clear that what happened on October the 7th is just, it's without precedent. And it is disgusting. That's what I'm going to say. No more political tangents now. No more political tangents. Right. Right. Good news. Philogene back. Connolly is also fit. Cynic needs to see a specialist to find out if he needs surgery on knee ligament damage sustained getting out of bed in the hotel in the morning of the West Brom game. Liam Rossini says that will keep him out for a while. Traore, Lakilo, Slater, all back after the international break. That leaves us in a spot for team selection, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail soon. Ref watch, and one of my picks will raise an eyebrow or two for a lot of you watching. Okay. Referee is Matt Donoghue. Two liners, Paul Hodgkinson and George Byrne. Fourth official is Darren Drysdale. Stats then. Let's have a little look, shall we? By the way, going back to team news, what do you all think about Cynic? A little part of me thinks he just can't be bothered. But it's like he's got to see a specialist, so cut our losses is my view. Sorry, Dodo. I wanted to see you given a chance, but when you're getting injured, getting out of bed, it's not good. It's not good. Cynic has the stability of a sandcastle. Think he's putting in the effort, but it's ridiculous. Yeah. Cynic is frustrating. Give him a chance when you can. Even Joe didn't think much to James Fairlong on Tuesday night. I think it was clear to see that Fairlong hadn't played for a while. But no, that doesn't even work. With Harry Vaughan, it works. But Fairlong's been playing for the under-21s. Sign a left back in Jan. And loan Fairlong out. Get him in League One for half a season with Brandon Fleming. Get him playing. Get him playing. That's what we need. Cynic turning into a sick note. Agree, ship him out. Yeah. Speaking of Tuesday night, one of my picks for the bench will be the one that intrigues you, Owen, having watched that game. Keep an eye out. Okay, right. No, we haven't done stats yet, have we? The passing, as always, I love. The possession, I love. But the fact of the matter is, we didn't do enough with it. West Brom had so. Excuse me. Had so much less. Had so few. Had such a lesser proportion of possession than us. Only one more shot, and they won 3-1. What does that say? What does that say? Only good thing about Tuesday was the pie, mushy peas, and gravy. I'm sorry, but what's the point of signing Simons and Fallon from Prem Academies to loan them out? Probably a good point. I'm sure Rossini has a strategy, but I don't quite like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I thought Fairlong should have been given a chance against Birmingham, and he wasn't. And I thought that was the game. Anyway, Huddersfield team in the last game, 4-1 defeat to Leeds. It was Lee Nichols in goal. Back four was Soba Thomas as a wing back. Then Yuta Nakayama as the other wing back. 3 centre halves: Tom Lees, Tom Edwards, and Michael Hellick. Then midfield was Diarra, Hogg, Ben Wiles, and Leo's favourite, Delano Bergzog, with Kean Harritt up top. Big Kyle Hudlin there. Kyle Hudlin. Bloody hell. Oh, God. Excuse me. I'm very, very, very tired. Bergzog. Delano Bergzog. What a donkey. What a donkey of a striker. Right. Let me just make it so you can see all of this stuff at once. There we go. How does that show? Right, I'll move both of these back to full screen. There we go. That's good. Okay. Right. Huddersfield. Oh, no. Oh, I've got the team wrong. I clicked the Leeds game, not the Watford game. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I've had a stressful week. I didn't get home from college until 6 last night, and it's been coursework handing week. So it's been busy. Right, drew 0-0 with Sheff Wednesday, beat QPR 2-1, lost 4-0, 4-1, and then drew 0-0 with Watford. Darren Moore's first game wasn't that one. Which one was it? Was it Cov? I think it was Cov. Yeah, it was Cov. And then for us, 3-4-5 there. 2-2 draw against Millwall, defeat to Southampton, beat Birmingham, beat Preston, defeat to West Brom, looking to return to winning ways and make it 3 wins out of 4 against Huddersfield. We'll touch on our record as we... Oh, I forgot to change the banner, for God's sake. We'll touch on our record against them later on. But the table. The table. 9th is fine. 9th is good. I'm happy with 9th. Huddersfield down in 21st. Sheffield Wednesday with the first win on the board as well. I'm sorry. I'm so tired, you lot. I'm so sorry. We're not far off playoffs. And we could and probably should have more points than we do. But we're getting there. There's no need to panic. There's no need to stress. This is about where I thought we would be at this stage of the season. Need to keep some clean sheets, though. A goal difference of 2. It's the lowest. Oh, no, sorry. It's not the lowest. Preston and Blackburn. Oh, and Southampton as well. Bloody hell. Right, forget that. Forget what I was going to say. It is still quite low, though. It is still quite low. We should loan out Harry Vaughan to York with Ollie Green. Interesting. Philogene is 4-star, Skills 5-star, weak foot on feet for much more deserved than his original 3-star. I can't say I look at FIFA, to be honest, mate. And Ollie says Blackburn will beat Preston 3-0. Let's have a look, shall we, at around the grounds then. On Championship Match Day 16, Blackburn play Preston, kicking off in about 25 minutes' time. Tomorrow, the early kickoff is Sunderland versus Birmingham. The rest of the games, all 3 o'clock kickoffs, and they are as follows. Coventry City versus Stoke City, Watford versus Rotherham, Southampton versus West Brom, Sheffield Wednesday versus Millwall, QPR versus Bristol City, Middlesbrough versus Leicester City, Leeds United versus Plymouth Argyle, Ipswich Town versus Swansea City, us v Huddersfield, and Cardiff versus Norwich. It wouldn't have shocked me if they put that game on Sky, to be honest with you. It wouldn't have surprised me because that's Sky in the EFL for you. Memorable match. I've gone for our last win against Huddersfield, August 2015, opening game of the 15-16 season. Klukas gave us the lead, scoring on debut, and Chuba Akpom doubled it to seal the deal, also on debut. Our team that day, Alan McGregor in goal, debutant Ryan Taylor at right back, 2 centre-halves, Michael Dawson and Curtis Davis, Andy Robertson at left back. Midfield was El Mohammadi, Hayden on debut, Isaac Hayden, now at Standard Liège on loan from Newcastle, alongside Tom Huddleston in the midfield, Klukas on the left on debut, and Jelavic, before he left to West Ham, partnering up with debutant Chuba Akpom. The bench, Jakupovic, the goalkeeper, David Myler, Harry Maguire, Sonny Aluko, Greg Lua, Matty Dixon, and Callum Geraldo Martin, with Steve Bruce in charge. Yeah. Matty Dixon. It's been ages since I've heard that name. Ages and ages since I heard that. He plays for Whitby Town. Now, is Greg Lua at Worthing? I want to say. Yeah, he's at Worthing. Wow, this is a bit nostalgia. This. Wow. Greg Lua, bloody hell. He never amounted to anything, did he? Unfortunately for him. And then Callum Geraldo Martin. Well, he owns a security company now. It says there he was a defender. He wasn't. He was a striker. I'm certain he was a striker. But yeah, look, he now owns a security company. If we read this article, Callum Geraldo Martin knows football. It consumed his life for the best part of 9 years. He knows what footballers want, having been one himself and spent time with some of the biggest names in the game. Most importantly, he knows how to get it. Spot Jared Bowen at an NFL game on Instagram. You can be sure Callum got in there. See Ben White posting about dining out in London, and there's every chance Callum sorted the restaurant reservation. Calvin Phillips in his 5-star hotel room. Yep, you guessed it. Callum is the co-founder of First Looks, a members-only concierge service he created with school friend Stephen, where for £1,080 a year, the biggest names in football, sport and beyond can have access to London's most exclusive experiences at the drop of a hat, or in this case, the sending of a message. People who I know tell me that Callum Geraldo Martin was disgusting for signing things. He said even at under-21s games, he never, ever liked signing anything. This is as an 18-year-old. He said you could see that it visibly angered him to sign stuff. Anyway, last time out against Huddersfield, 1-1 draw. Oscar saving us late in the 98th minute. Team that day, Ingram goal. Back four was Christie, Jones, McLaughlin and Greaves. Midfield three was Doherty, Seri and Slater. Longman and Tyler Smith were the wide players. Oscar Stupinian up top. Bench was Lotta Tyler, the goalkeeper. Louis Cole, Callum Elder, Ozan Tufan, Ryan Woods, Benjamin Tete and Aaron Connolly. Yeah, this was an experience of a game. This was great fun. Great fun to watch. And then the record. I've slouched back now. That's my tiredness kicking in. Like I said, August 2015 was our last win against them. I've been to Huddersfield's ground 3 times and I haven't seen us win yet. 3, 4, 5 there. Last 5, 4 defeats and a draw. I think we've won once in, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8 games against them. No wins in 7. Tough one. Been out, just got back. What have I missed? Owen, you've missed pretty much everything, mate. Kevin Stewart now. Is he still at Blackpool? No, he's not got a club. It's Kevin Stewart. Robbie, how you doing, mate? Are we on Sky? No, we are on Sky against Middlesbrough away in midweek. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff. We're the main game. And we are also now live on Sky against Sheffield Wednesday on New Year's Day. That is now a 5:15 kickoff. Jeff's son had a trial at Worthing. It's very interesting. Rich says we'll win 3-0. Should we have a look at shared shirts? Me and Leo were chatting yesterday, and I think I have got a little belter of a shared shirts for you. I think I've got a little belter of a shared shirts for you. Are we ready? You should be. Tommy Elphick. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Was with us on loan in 2018. 18 appearances for us, scored once. I cannot remember who the goal was against, quite frankly. He was on loan to us from Aston Villa. Villa called him back. He left Villa that summer. Went to Huddersfield. 2019. He played in the 2019-20 season, was with them to 2021, but didn't feature for them at all in his second final season before he retired. 14 appearances for Huddersfield. Failed to grab himself a goal. We'll be on Sky in May for the playoffs. I love that optimism, Kieran. Tommy Elphick was a great player. He helped bring on Device and Burke so much in that half year that he was with us. You noticed from before he signed to when he left, when Villa recalled him in the January, you could tell just how much better they were as footballers in terms of Device knowing the English game and Burke knowing those little dark secrets of the Championship, that little bit more wide, a little bit more defensively savvy. And Liam Ridgewell came in to replace Tommy Elphick, and that didn't go well. Great bloke, though. Really great bloke. I think is he Phil Neville's assistant now at Portland Timbers? I swear I read that somewhere. Liam Ridgewell. Yeah, he's a coach for Portland Timbers. He obviously spent a load of his playing career. He left West Brom, went to Portland, and then came to us in 2019 when he left. Then I think he went to Southend, didn't he? Before he retired, and he's just He's just joined up with Phil Neville there as his assistant manager. Have they got anyone, Portland Timbers? Anyone decent? I recognise that name, Evander. Played for Vasco da Gama for a bit in Midtjylland. I don't think I recognise anyone else on this list. Santiago Moreno? No. I don't recognise anyone's names. I recognise Claudio Bravo, but that's not the goalkeeper from Chile. This is a left back from Argentina. So I don't recognise any names. But yeah, Phil Neville gone in there. My opinion is that Phil Neville shouldn't have got the Portland Timbers job, not because of his old tweets, which have caused some controversy, but because he's just a terrible manager. We've seen that into Miami. I bet he was gutted he didn't get to work with Messi. Could you imagine that? Lionel Messi playing under Phil Neville. Oh dear. Right. Predicted team. I'm going to raise some eyebrows with this. Allsop in goal. Back four, Coyle, Jones, McLaughlin and Greaves. Midfield, Morton, Seri and Twine. On the right, Philogene. Harry Vaughan coming in on the left because we've got no one else. And let's hope he's a bit more match fit than he looked the other day, having coming in from the start. And up top, Liam Delap, bench, Ingram, Vinagra, Tufan, Doherty, Syed Manesh, Andy Smith, Cyrus Christie, Aaron Connolly. How many is that? Just to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get ready for my controversial one that'll raise a few eyebrows. Injuries have driven me to this. We've got a right back, a centre back, a left back on there. We've got a central midfield option. We've got a striking option. We've got one winger. Let's chuck another winger in there, shall we? Bora Eidenlech. What do we think? This one will raise some eyebrows. He's not been particularly impressive for the under-21s, in my opinion. But have we got anyone else? Not really. Not really. Probably Rocco Coyle or Sellers Fleming again. Tyrell Sellers Fleming left the under-21s game after some treatment from the physio with some ice wrapped around his leg. So I'm not sure what that'll be like. The reason Fairlong isn't on there as well, he had some strapping around his calf, I think, after the under-21s game on Tuesday. So I don't think he'll be involved, just as a precaution. Rocco, I don't mind it. I don't mind the shout. But with Doherty and Tufan on there already, I think this spot would be better spent on a winger in case of an injury. And with all due respect to Rocco, I think he's a great kid. I think Bora will be able to impact a game more, having played professionally already, to a greater extent than Rocco would. That's my opinion. Robbie, if you're still in chat, I want to know what you think about that. Let's see. In case you haven't gathered already, yes, I do. Yes, I do know Robbie from that. Let us know what you think about that, Robbie. I'm going to wait. In fact, while we wait for Robbie to tell me what he thinks about that, if he's still in, and I've gone out of focus, stick your predicted scores in chat. Chat. For me, as I try and bring myself back into focus, that sort of worked. And I think, yes, it has worked. Get in. I think 2-0. Break the hoodoo. Good stuff. Goals. Philogene. And Twine. I think this is the game for Twine. I say this every week. This is the game for Twine. Kieran 1-0. AGU 1-1 Delap and Helic to score. Jensen 100-0. Tigers on top, comfy 2-0. Jacob, I'm so sorry, mate. Jeff 0-0, Ashley 2-0, Jacob 3-0, Gallagher 3-1. Should we leave it there? I don't think Robbie's here, is he? He's not here. Right. Twine will score when you give up on. I didn't say it for West Brom. It didn't work. So we're going to go back to predicting Twine to score today. See if that happens. Right. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow evening, probably about 8:30 time, for the Matchday vlog. But for now, take care. And, yeah. Up those ruddy Tigers. Goodbye.